right, Rebecca, we are at the wall, and it is Veterans Day. So this is our Be Good wreath. A lot of the veteran service organizations will place wreaths at the wall today. You're going to do it as part of the ceremony too. So what does Be Good to you mean to you today?
Well, today, Veterans Day 2023, the first time Be Good Foundation will be placing a wreath at the wall in honor of my father, who wrote all of his letters home with the words "Be Good," and it's a celebration for me of service and his legacy, and my sister's work, and all of the veterans who have really put their hearts and souls into serving our country. And so today, I'm here with Dad, and using his words, my promise to him to be good.
Okay, hold on.
Paralyzed veterans.
Ha! Ha!
One of your favorite things about Veterans Day at the wall?
It's being able to watch our veterans who served in Vietnam and actually talk about what they did. So many of them came back and weren't able to have any conversations since it was a very unpopular war. But again, the people were doing the best they could, what their country asked them to do, and it's just nice to be able to see them sharing with each other.
And there's so many people gathering here, and we're hearing little bits of conversation, and people reminiscing together.
Today.
Yeah, I'm wondering what Veterans Day means to you and being here this year.
Well, Veterans Day to me, and if you go down to panel 3 east, if you understand how the panels are numbered from the vertex third to the right, there are 66 names on there who on November the 17th, 1965, walked into an ambush on landings on Albany, part of the landings on XRay landings on Albany, Hydrang Valley battle. And in about 6 hours time, from about 1:15 in the afternoon on the 17th, we had 155 killed, 124 wounded out of about 350 soldiers, 70% KIA, WIA, which was the single greatest loss of any one unit in any one day of the most unpopular war in American military history.
Yeah.
So it's incumbent on me, to being one of the survivors, I was wounded, to come down here every chance I get and just read the names.
Yeah.
Because I know them. And then this afternoon when the ceremony's over, I'm going right across that river and I'll visit 4 graves. One of them is the best friend I ever had in the military. I was the executive officer of Delta Company, 2nd to 7th. He was the executive officer of Charlie Company, 2nd to 7th. Donald Charles Cornett is his name. And I never ever talk about Vietnam without mentioning his name, so I hope that's okay with you.
I love that, yeah. And do you live here?
No,
or
I'm from Birmingham, Alabama.
And you come here every year, every Veterans Day?
Well, when I can.
Yeah.
When I can. This year I'm the guest of the nurses. Because we're going to take 8 of them back to Vietnam in 2024, which has never been done before.
That's great.
I was wounded and spent 2 months in Clark Air Force Base Hospital, and a lot of people don't realize this, that Vietnam nurses are in camouflage. They're actually angels, you just can't see their wings. And that's who I'm here with.
That's amazing. Will the 2024 be your first trip back to the area?
No, they, Greatest Generations Foundation, the group that I'm associated with, took 5 of us back to our landing zones in the Pleiku province in the Hydrang Valley in 2019. And it's interesting that landing zone X-ray, which was the famous battle, the Mel Gibson movie We Were Soldiers, the book by Joe Galloway and Hal Moore, We Were Soldiers Once and Young, deals with that battle, and that's the Hollywood battle.
Yeah.
They did a marvelous job under great leadership. We did not. We made mistakes. I made mistakes. I was a lieutenant, and that was part of the tragedy. And what's interesting, landing zone X-ray is still there. Landing zone Albany has been obliterated by cultivation and farming, and that's probably proper.
Yeah.
That it's not there anymore. You can't find it. It doesn't exist.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate you telling these stories because, like you said, it's important that we remember, we learn from them, we honor.
Hal Moore, General Moore, when he and Miss Julie retired, they moved to Auburn, Alabama. And I had the privilege of being around him a lot, and I would take him sometimes to some of his talks. And this is the last thing you need to record it, I'm going to say. He ended every talk with this statement: hate war, but love the American warrior.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They're not alphabetical. There is an alphabetical.
Hi.
Hi, how are
I'm
you?
Rebecca Rusch. I know
Rebecca.
all about your ride. I'm a professional cyclist, and I was reading
Oh,
about
are you
your
really?
ride.
Okay, nice to
and,
meet you.
Yeah.
I'm Janine.
Congratulations on your journey.
Thank you very much.
Amazing.
Yeah. And my brother Jody.
Yeah, good job.
How you doing?
Way to go.
He took we split the brunt of it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well,
Wow.
nice job, and
So-
here you are. Hi.
Hi, stranger.
Great to see you. Yeah, I was like, there's people riding their bikes to the wall. I need to meet them, and here
Yeah.
you are.
And so
Yeah.
when you say you're a professional cyclist, what does that mean?
Just world
I
champion.
mean,
you
that's
know.
my job.
Oh, world champion.
Just a world
Just that.
Yeah.
Oh, just that.
Yeah, my
You know.
dad's name is on the wall,
She
and you
dabbles.
have family members on the wall, I believe, as well. I was reading your website.
My
so-
husband is
Yeah.
in memory.
Yeah.
He's in the in memory
So
program.
he
yeah.
was
so
honored in the memory program just this past June.
Okay.
June last year. Yeah.
How many
So-
days you been riding? Like a
it was
month,
13
right?
days. No,
Okay,
yeah,
13 days.
Yeah, so we did 50 miles a day each.
Great.
So kind of about 100 miles. So it's, it's not that, it was all right. We're all right.
It's cathartic, though, to be able to move and arrive in this way.
It was very
That's
much.
awesome.
So, yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm glad I got to run into you. I won't
Yeah, thank
interrupt
you.
your celebration,
No,
but
it's all
I
right.
was just like,
Nice
oh,
to
that's
meet you.
the cyclist.
How did you, like, where did you get the story from? Like, how was your...
I don't.
Sent it to her.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, you did.
Oh, really? Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, he's like, you need to know about this. And I looked at your website and read
Yeah.
the story, and so I was hoping I would run into you.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, this has been quite a journey. So, but
you
nothing
get
like
to-
what she's,
Did you get to fly home in a plane, or
I'm
you're
gonna drive
returning
home.
and riding?
Yeah, well,
okay.
I'm drive home, and he'll be driving home to Chicago. So
Okay, Chicago. Awesome.
So we're different.
I've been gone for 3 weeks.
Yeah, he had a whole nother
I had to drive all
thing
the
too.
way
So.
down. Miami before we even started the trip.
Do you mind talking about like your ride on the camera real quick and like just giving a little bit of history? Tell me, what are y'all doing here?
Well, we are.
She's the spokesperson because she's the one that
You're a team.
Okay, so it was last June we did the in memory
Yes.
for Dane,
My husband. Yes.
and that is part of her healing and grieving process. I'm telling your story, but part of her grieving and kind of healing process was
Yeah, I mean, a
she came with
chance
this
for me
idea.
to honor my husband was really a big deal. I was just telling Jim about it, that, to have an opportunity to honor your loved one like that was really big when it comes to healing and, just having a purpose to, put that
And
in
what's
front
his
of you.
story?
My husband was a Vietnam veteran. He, dealt with illnesses associated with Agent Orange, and he dealt with that for many years. Some pretty serious illnesses. So, I lost him last year, and so last year for the In Memory, I found out about the In Memory program. And they accepted him, and it was just this whole cycle of learning how to deal with that and to honor him, and then to learn how to honor and raise awareness for others too.
Can you explain the In Memory program?
Yeah. So In Memory is. What's the plaque say? I have it memorized basically. In memory of those who served in the Vietnam War and later died as a result of their service, and they, maybe contracted some kind of illness or through either Agent Orange or something else in country, and when they came home, obviously had to deal with that and died as a result of their service. So the program itself allows the honor of being nationally recognized as part of this official program, a part of the Vietnam Memorial. So it's quite an honor.
Why'd you ride your bike here?
Because walking would have taken too long.
But why did you want to make a journey like this on Veterans Day to arrive here? What was that about?
You know, I think it was to for me, you know, first was, you know, do something to honor my husband and to find a way to really start the healing process on a different level. And also along the way, you know, there's a lot of, I think, Vietnam veterans that are unaware of some of the ways in which they can be, you know, supported, and certainly caregivers as well. And that's really been something that's been on my heart, is that, you know, I come across so many people that just don't know what kind of benefits they have or what kind of help they can find for, you know, respite care or whatever. And, you know, to raise awareness to help them, you know, I think is just a drop in the bucket for us to start that process. And, you know, hopefully can help some people along the way. I think that's the hope, you know.
Is the 4 Points Project, is that what it's about?
That's what it's about. That's what we came up with, 4 Points Project. Yeah. And it's to raise awareness for, support, find healing, and honor Vietnam veterans and their caregivers as well.
There's a lot of resources that, like when she went through the process with Dink, when he was going through all the sicknesses that he had, trying to get the resources for her, for him, and for her as a caregiver. I mean, from my perspective, I had no idea what vets go through. Excuse me. And so for me, it was a learning process of just like, wow, like our vets have, it's really difficult for them to get
to navigate the system is really hard.
Yeah.
And so when she came to me with the idea, I was all in, because it's like putting the resources in one spot. Like, we're not providing any of them. We can just say, hey, if you're having a problem finding them, go to our site. There's at least, you know,
that's great.
Yeah,
here's
something.
Here's you can find something on PTSD, you go here. If you want to find something on VA benefits, you go here. Here's something
that's
on
great.
caregiver stuff, go here. So that's what resonated with me to do this as well.
Well, and I love that you rode your bikes here as a professional cyclist.
Yes,
and
they're a little beat up now.
Yeah, but I mean, movement and the bike, it's such a healing tool and a way to process physically. Becoming strong eventually helps you mentally become strong. At least for me, that's been my experience. So
Absolutely.
I agree with you.
I'm so happy to see you on your arrival, and congratulations on your journey.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
And thanks. This is probably just the beginning of 4 Points Project.
I feel like it is. I was just telling Bruce today, he said, you know, congratulations on, you know, the ending point. And I said, I feel like it's the beginning. I feel like we're just starting.
Yeah,
I feel like we're just, you know, to find some purpose and to really find a vision for this and to see it expand as we talk to people and we understand more of the, you know, the need that's out there. You know, that to me is the, you know, it's just the start.
There was this couple that we met on the way up at a restaurant. He was in a wheelchair, and you could see in her face the pain of trying to get resources for him, and because they couldn't find him, or they were getting shut down from the VA, or just didn't know to navigate it. I was like, this is why we're doing this. We're doing it to help you two, right here. This caregiver that was going through, you could tell she was just stressed out. And he was wheelchair, but she was tired. And it was like, that's why we were doing it. So when you have that kind of thing happen, you know, kind of organically along the way, kind of this
to not feel like you're alone. It's what I feel about the wall, where people gather here and they don't feel alone.
Yeah,
That's exactly right.
Exactly. You're not there all by yourself.
Feels like you're home for a minute.
Exactly.